Assuming now one of your users try to log into the system. Enter the user ID and password and click Login. And the user try to come to the account setup and click Chart our account. The system will have a message. You do not have permission to use this module. Click OK. This user is unable to come to the chart of accounts because you have blocked him or her from accessing this module. Or you have a salesperson that logs into the system. The salesperson can issue an invoice by clicking on the customer invoice to click Add. But the salesperson is unable to issue a credit note or the return in module. Depending on each company's policy, if you allow your salesperson to issue a credit note or a goods return, you will learn how to set the rights to allow your user to access the return in module. As a supervisor, if you decide to let this user access the chart of accounts or the salesperson to issue a credit note, exit from the system and log out. And you as a supervisor will have to come in and check this user. At Utility, click on User Control. This user is under the user group of admin. At the User Group Control, highlight on Admin User Group and click Access. Notice that at the chart of accounts here, this admin group is not allowed to access because there's no tick over here. If you are the supervisor and you allow this user to come into the chart accounts, tick this option to allow this user to come to the chart accounts. And you decide whether the user is allowed to add a new chart of accounts or edit an existing one. Once you decided on the option, click Save. Click OK. Take note that you are editing a user group. If you have got more than one users in the same user group, the other users will also have the rights to amend the chart of accounts. For the salesperson, at the user control, this user belongs to the sales group. Exit from the user control and come to the user group. Highlight on the sales user group and click Access. As a supervisor, if you allow the sales group to come into the credit note or the return in module, scroll down the list and highlight on this module, Customer Credit Note. Click on the Access to allow this user to come into the credit note module and add a new credit note or amend an existing credit note. Once complete, click Save. Your admin user will log in again with his or her own password. And at Account Setup, click on Chart Accounts. The user is now able to come into the chart accounts to add or to edit. Similarly, your salesperson will log in. At sales entry, your salesperson will be able to click on the return in to issue a credit note to your customer. You have successfully learned how to grant permission to your users to allow access to some modules in the real-time system.